plaintiff, Samantha's son, was friends with the defendant in high school. And despite dating Samantha's best friend, the defendant always had feelings for Samantha. She's suing her former friend today because he crashed her car and failed to pay for the damages. Defendant Gavin Whitehead admits he had feelings for Samantha and thought she was good looking, but nothing ever came of it. Gavin insists Samantha's brakes were faulty, therefore he doesn't know.
Start with you.
To begin with, we have been friends all throughout high school, and towards the end of high school, he was dating my best friend from kindergarten, so we started hanging out a lot more and things like that. And when we were friends, he kind of always made me feel like he had a thing for me, like flirting with me and stuff like that. And so when him and my best friend broke up after high school ended, he made it way more apparent. Like whenever we would go out together, like putting his arm around me or just trying to get us alone together. And
what would you do?
Well, I was friends with him and I wanted to keep our friendship, so I just kind of...
So you let him rub you down?
No, I would just let him...
What? You just said that's what he did.
Well, I just let him down easy and just kind of would ignore or try to stop him or whatever, just let it go.
You would try and stop him?
Well, yeah.
Give me an example.
Well, when you put his arm around me or something, I'd just kind of be like, oh, well, just walk away from it or whatever.
And he wouldn't scoot over?
No, I hope that was kind of obvious then.
You never dated him?
No,
Oh,
especially, after him dating my best friend. And
Sir, you give me some background.
The first time I met her, I was, riding around with my friends, skating around and stuff like that, and she was at a McDonald's with her friend that she was talking about. And, I did have a thing for her. I noticed that she was very good looking.
And your girlfriend?
Yeah.
You had a thing for both of them at the same time.
I had a thing for her friend first, but she was still very attractive to me. And what really caught my eye was that sweet onion that she had, and by that I mean her butt.
The plaintiff.
Yeah. So, I was trying to kind of show off a little bit. I rode up next to her and tried doing a trick in front of her, which went really wrong.
How much did you offer?
What do you mean?
You say you went up and tried to turn a trick with her?
Oh, no, not like that.
What did you say?
Like a trick on a skateboard.
Oh, a trick on the skateboard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So, okay, that didn't impress her.
It ended really bad because I ended up hitting myself in the groin with my skateboard. But she thought it was funny, so I started talking to her that way, and yeah, we went to school and stuff like that, so we would go out, party and stuff like that occasionally, and we drink and stuff like that. And when she drinks, she's an attention grabber, which is kind of why I might have tried a little bit too much. She likes to dance a lot and stuff like that, and then she also gets very emotional.
Like what?
Well, recently
She breaks out crying on the dance floor? What do you mean?
Sometimes. Last time I seen her at a party, me and her weren't on good terms because of the whole situation. And
the car she's suing you about?
Yeah, so we weren't talking or anything like that, but I was here throughout the night, and when I was about to leave, she came up to me and was just like, "Can we talk?" And I was just like, "Oh boy, I'm about to hear an earful of this." So, we go into a separate room, and immediately she just starts crying, saying that she's really sorry for all this that's happening. Like, she doesn't want to do this, but she feels like it's necessary. And I'm just like, you shouldn't do it because it's not my fault.
Well,
really.
We're going to find that out. Ma'am, you're suing him about a car. What happened?
The day the car accident happened, he called me and was like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And I was like, "Sure," because he had a job interview and then I started work, so we're just hanging out beforehand. And from my work to his job interview, it's literally like a straight shot up the road. So, and then it was raining outside, and he asked if he could just borrow the car or just whatever, and he'd bring it right back. And I said, yeah, just, getting his life together, getting a job and whatever. And then about a half hour came by, and I got a text message at work from my friend, and she was like, "Oh, Gavin just stopped by. I heard him. He was borrowing your car." And I was like, "Well, why is he stopping by?" And then Gavin had called me a half hour later after that, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I just crashed your car." And then when he crashed my car, he was driving the opposite way from his job interview, and he had his sister in the car. So he was joyriding with it, and he was going the opposite way. and he actually ran a red light. And in the accident report, I have witnesses, and he admitted that he hit the car head on.
No drinking involved?
No.
Wow, you do
And
this
this is a
on
picture
the
of my
sober,
car.
huh?
Yeah, it was a pretty old car, so I mean, the brakes seemed a little bit faulty to me.
And what do you believe happened?
I believe that the weather conditions and the age of her car, you know, I don't think that the brakes were, I could immediately tell from when I started driving from her work that the brakes weren't the best, and the fact that it was raining kind of just made it a little bit worse, you know? So, I mean...
You're certainly proving her case. According to the law, you get in the car and you know the brakes are defective. But you decided to drive anyway. You see that it's raining. Therefore, defective brakes are probably going to cause you an issue in handling the car.
Yeah.
And you do it anyway.
Well...
So that's called assuming the risk and negligence. And secondly, people need to know that you must account for the weather. You can't go into bad weather, something happens, and you say, it's not my fault. It's an act of God. It's the weather. No, you can see it. You have an obligation to be able to handle anything that you walk into. You see the weather conditions. So you say, I don't think I should drive next to a lake when I see all the cars are spinning around on ice, because it's more likely than not that my car will spin out into the lake. So you got me?
Yeah.
So that's why the law requires you to account for the conditions, the weather conditions. What else did you want to say?
Also, after it happened, he was very apologetic. He said he was going to pay me, blah, blah, blah. So the day that it happened was prom. So we decided to...
Prom night?
Well, it was the prom, the day we were buying our tickets, and the next week was prom. So he signed a promissory note, and I got it notarized saying that he would pay me $200 a month until it was paid off.
Now, he's probably going to have a pretty good defense, and that is to keep you from breaking down crying. He signed this, meaning under duress. All right, sir, what do you say?
I did agree to pay it, but that's only because she was on my case about it so much. Like, she kept asking me for it, and at the time, I had just started a new job, which was why the accident happened, because I was going to turn in my paperwork and stuff.
I was not on his case about it. He was more than welcome to sign it. He said that I was a very smart lady for making him sign it, actually.
Did you tell her that?
Yes. Yes.
Indeed, she was a very smart lady. $1,500 is your judgment. You all know I like to address stereotypes when I'm here and all that. And it's a stereotype that white men don't like big behinds.
Right.
They're wrong, right?
They're wrong.
You like an onion too, right? Right.
Count me in.
Right, count you in too, right? Let's get rid of that stereotype. White men like big behinds too. Just like black men. Judgment for the plaintiff, $1,500. Have a good day.
Well, I hope that we can be friends still, even though this has all happened. And
Yes, and I am very sorry for everything that's happened, and I didn't mean to screw up as bad as I did, but you know, I'm trying my best to fix it, so.
well, that's step one.